again this week.
Oh my gosh, I love the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Go Hawks!
Yeah. They hopefully this year.
Was it the Seahawks? I read everyone on staff and all the players have been vaccinated. Was that?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal up here.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's unlike the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. Well, so good for you. That's good for you.
Yeah.
That's noteworthy.
Yeah.
Liz Breezius is going to start the show now, everybody. So let's go. Let's have this.
Veterans for Military, welcome here today for our weekly chapter. This is Veterans for Military. Welcome to our crew here tonight. Our host, Linda Marcus Smith.
But does she know how to pin herself? That is the question. Thank you, Liz. Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome back. This is like, I don't know, our 6th or 7th installment. And every week we also have a USO Bob Hope spot. And today we've got DC up there. He's in the waiting room. He's like a man in waiting to make us laugh. Yes, sirree. So not everybody has to be military or veteran, because we let one honorary person be the Bob Hope of the day. Liz, yeah, thank you. Give it up for our USO man and all our military and veterans here today. This show is for you. Please share this. This is for people who need to laugh, military, veterans. We want this shared at veteran-owned companies, USOs around your cities. Anywhere there's a veteran that needs to laugh, let them see this. This is for you. Thank you for your service to our fine double salutes. How many branches of the service are there? 5, right, Liz?
Oh, you gotta remember, we got a Space Force now, so we have the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, I'm Linda Smith, and this was my idea, like it's never been done before. And Liz is my co-host with the most. Oh my gosh, couldn't do this without her. We have regulars like David G. Scott there. David G. Scott, clean comedy. Yeah. We got somebody who's trying this out. Andy Tinglehass from the Seattle area. Give it up for him. And you have not heard funny till you've heard DC too. And he is a regular at Rob Schiaffe's class that you can get on with through jokezoom.com. He gives the best help with your comedy that you can ever get, and especially for free. So get on jokezoom.com, right? That's absolutely right. So this show, like Liz is blocking the signage of, behind Liz is a sign that says AHA Broadway. And that's not because people on Broadway say AHA. It's because, oh, Carla Bellario from Armed Forces Entertainment is here.
Welcome.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Armed Forces Network. Anyway, oh my, and Chris Crawford. You guys, this is a hit. Okay, so welcome to Carlo and to Chris Crawford. We'll get to you in a minute, Liz, right?
Oh, yes.
Incorporate. This show is brought to you by our one and only paid sponsor, and that is ahabroadway.org in Manhattan. So if you are a child or you are an adult who is a senior or a veteran, get to AHA Broadway and get your going, because they can up your comedy game. They can help you with improv, they can help you with comedy, and they can help you with acting. Veterans get to go there for $10 a time. And DC, you know Chris Murphy's a good person to get your comedy skills from. So AHA Broadway, thanks for being our only paid sponsor. Now, I would like to give the entire show over to Liz Breezius. But before I do that, that's the twist. You know, with an old person, you get twists whether you like them or not. Before I do that, we have a celebrity in our midst. He's not going to like this because he's humble, but he's accomplished. In the box up there, you will see Carlo Wild Thing Bellario. He does a show regularly for the armed forces. It goes to the armed forces. and he's been around the comedy business for probably 30, 40 years. I don't know. It started when he was 4. So how long ago have you been doing? Carlo? Oh my gosh, Carlo, do you have to hurry and get out of here? Do you want to talk before I give the show to Liz, or do you want to get in line to do some comedy?
I say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Do you want to say something before I go do the show, give it over to the host, or do you want to wait in line and do comedy down the road a little?
And say I always, I may not comment, but I'm supporting what you do all the time, and I'm your biggest fan, both personally and professionally. So I'm at the gun show right now. So
Awesome.
that's what I do. I work, go to the gym, and I spend time with my girl. That's basically where I'm at. I took a little hiatus from the radio because my mom is not doing well, so I've been taking care of her.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry. But you
That's
guys get on Animal House Radio and watch his show. The biggest celebrities on the planet are on there with him. He does. If you want to learn how to be a host or interview, you got to watch Carlo, or you might as well get out of the game.
I appreciate that, Linda. You're doing a great job. I see you all over the place, and
Thank you.
I tell you, you make some of these 20-year-olds get tired.
I hope so. Give them a run for their money. They don't know what they're talking about.
I hear you.
Thank you so much for coming, Carlo. You can watch, you can make comments. We love you. Everybody.
I love you guys, and if you need anything, I'm an inbox or a phone call away, Linda.
Oh, I love you. Oh my gosh, thanks for coming.
You got it. Honey.
What a great start to this show, you guys. We have support from Carlo Bellario. Yay! Oh my gosh. Woo! All right, let's give this show to Liz Freesius, the host that I can't live without. Once a week is never enough with Liz, you guys. Am I right? Let's give it up.
Keep it going for your main host, Linda Marcus Smith.
Hey.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you're happy and you know it, take your lithium. Yes, I am Liz Freesius. I'm married. Come on, Dave. It's to a man. 6'5". His name is Richard, so the rumors are true. I have a big dick. Of course, that's what it takes when you're a veteran. My husband's also a veteran. Between the two of us, we have had 16 deployments.
Wow.
We've been together 28 years.
Wow.
So let me let you in on a secret. Anybody who says all's fair in love and war has never been in either one. For him and I, absence made the heart grow fonder. Unlike for the divorce rate, where abstinence made the heart go wander. The express lane from courting to divorce courting. You know, we've got civilians that talk about a civil match. Not likely. See, I grew up in the Navy. DC, where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
From Canada?
Yes.
What's your hometown?
Toronto.
Toronto. Okay.
Yes.
Here's the thing. You've got a hometown. I grew up in the Navy, which means I came with a map, a compass, and a personalized game of Where's Waldo. I went to 6 different schools before first grade. My teachers couldn't understand why I was reciting the French alphabet with a Texas accent. Kindergarten graduation, I got voted most likely to be the new kid. But what you guys may not know, I actually have a podcast. I started a podcast the other day, and you're not going to believe tonight's lineup. I've got the World Health Organization on first. The former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, is on second. The concerned citizen, Ida Knowles, is on third. I'm trying to explain this to my husband the other day. He says, hey, I thought you have a podcast tonight. I said, yeah. He says, well, tell me the lineup. I said, who's on first? Cuomo's on second. Ida Knowles is on third. You the producer? Yeah. You going to be the interviewer too? Yeah. And you don't know the guest's name? I said, of course I know the guest's name. Well, who's on first? Yes. Guess going first. Who? The first interviewee. Who? First representative. Who? Who is on first? Yes. I'm asking you who's on first. You got it. The organization. Who? That's whose name? Yes. Well, go ahead and tell me. That's it. That's who? Yes. Look, you got a first guest? Certainly. Who's interviewing first? Yes. Look, all I want to know is when you sign in the interviewee, how do they sign in? Who? The interviewee. Who? That's how they sign in. Do you have a second guest? Of course. What's the second guest's name? Como? Now's not the time to practice your Spanish. Who's on first? One interviewee at a time. Well, don't change the lineup around. I'm not changing nobody. Take it easy. Take it easy. You could tell I was getting a little frustrated at that point in time. I said, I'm only asking you, who's the first interviewee? That's right. Okay. Como? No, Como's on second. I'm not asking you who's on second. Who's on first? I don't know. She's on third. We're not talking about her. Now, how did I get to the third interviewee? Well, you mentioned her name. If I mentioned the third interviewees, who do you think is being interviewed first? No, who's interviewing first? I don't know. She's on third. There I go. Back to third again. Would you say the third interview and don't go off topic? All right, well, what do you want to know? Who's interviewing third? Why do you insist on putting who in the third interview slot? Como? No, Como's on second. I don't want to know who's on second. Who's on first? I don't know. Third slot. Look, you got a syndicated show for this podcast? Sure. The show's name? Today. You're going to tell me today. I'm telling you now. Then go ahead. Today. What time? What time today are you telling me the show? Now listen, who is not the syndicated show? I'll break your arm if you say who's on first. I want to know the show's name today. Don't bother telling me. I don't care. Great idea. That's the name of our local hospital. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special treat for you today. Coming to the stage, put your hands together for Linda Marcus Smith.
Hi, everybody. I'm replacing a pin. That's something I did in college, too. Nobody remembers the reference when you got pinned. It had nothing to do with wrestling. It had to do with a boyfriend. Okay, fine. I love messing with New Yorkers like DC and Carlo. Yeah, I love messing with them by telling them, listen, I'm from the Upper West Side. And they're like, nah, forget about it. You're not from, no, not the good Upper West Side. I'm from the Upper West Side of the US map, Oregon. Still a thing. Still, lately, you wouldn't know if it's still there, but it almost disappeared a few months ago. But yeah, I'm from there and I'm a boomer. You know what that means? I'm that group of people the young people want to do curl ups. Oh, wait. Do curl up and die already. They want us to just curl up and die. That's us. Yeah. Not gonna do it. I'm sticking around. I got things to do. I gotta give you young girls a run for your money. That's what I'm gonna do. Drive you crazy for a few more years. Not leaving. I have a twin brother. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. My brother is a lot funnier than I am, but he won't get on stage. He likes to needle me and heckle me. He says, you look just like me in drag. Like, Fred, I'm older than you by 30 minutes. So that makes you my afterbirth.
Oh,
So now he calls me rarely. Got him in checkmate. But when he does call, you know, he likes to say that I have blank for brains. He's a bit of a bully. He likes to say I have blank for brains, right? I have to remind him, you know what? That apple doesn't fall very far from our family tree. I'd watch it if I were you. Twinsies forever, Fred. Who says you can't get even with a microphone? I'm doing it one joke at a time. Not gonna... My town turned upside down on me. You know that Dr. Seuss book? I'm stumbling on my words because you guys scare me so much. I'm old. Thank you. There's a book called The Upside Down Town by the famous Dr. Seuss. And I think it's about my hometown of Portland, Oregon. It started out very serene. Okay, serenely racist, whatever, you get the point. And now they have become passive aggressive racist. It made me so sad. I had to leave the stupid town that I was born in. I can't take it. And now they're saying that they're progressive. Oh, my derriere. You know, I never, look at me. Do you think I fit in a progressive town? I don't. There's nothing progressive about me. Once to fit in, I did pick up the phone and spent 15 minutes trying to get car insurance. That's the most progressive, which was weird because I don't drive, I don't own a car, and I don't even know my stance on even price guns. Weird. Stupid town. Yeah, I had to leave, you know. And besides, I was at home. My comedy coach told me to stay off the premises. So I stayed home and I wrote jokes. And, you know, Facebook, I wrote 82 jokes one day because of Facebook. It kept asking me, what's on your mind? Jokes, I guess. When a 74-year-old lady that day that I wrote 82 jokes, she wrote me and told me she was going to block me because she read all my jokes. She counted them and told me that she missed her doctor's appointment. I couldn't see the downside, I got to tell you. I couldn't. I called her doctor and now we're dating. But I did. I stayed at home and wrote jokes, and I got 300,000 likes on Facebook. And New York said, you know, you're using Facebook like the new road rage. If you're so funny, get your booty on over here and do your jokes at Comic Strip in front of Gladys Simon. I was scared to death. I'm military, but she had that little 4 foot, whatever little hands person had me shaking in my army boots. And the first time I went on stage, of course, I bombed for Gladys, you know. But when I first got to New York, the train stopped and I saw the Empire State Building. Oh my gosh. And it was so beautiful, mostly because Trump's name isn't on it, I'll be honest. And now it was started singing at me. It's, you know, that song, if you can sing it with me, make it here. Make it anywhere. And then I heard the voice. Get out of the bike lane, you crazy witch. With a B, because this is a clean set. And I got triggered. I'm a boomer. We don't curl up and die. When the going gets tough, we get going. So I heard with a little bit of money and a lot of chutzpah in Vegas, you can be whatever you want to be. Nobody cares. So here I am, and that's my set. And I'm going to give it back to Liz Friesius.
Keep it going for Linda Marcus Smith.
Thank you.
Now, Linda, where are we going to find you at? Where's your next show?
My next show is tonight on Instagram Live with Tony Viagra. I'm doing 15 minutes.
Nice.
And I did my first headlining gig this last week because of the support I got from veterans of comedy, namely David G. Scott and Chris Crawford. I actually busted my headlining cherry with them.
Woo.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special treat for you. From the veterans of comedy and clean comedy, put your hands together for David G. Scott.
Thank you. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Linda, for putting this show together. I really appreciate it.
Bad.
Tell you a little bit about me. I named my phone Elvis because it dies every time I'm on the toilet. Whoever put full volume doorbells in commercials never owned a dog. Does anyone sell calendars by the month? Because at my age, I'm not sure I want to commit to a full year. I just want to be rich enough to own a Jeep and replace the spare tire on the back with a giant glazed donut. Linda talked about curling up. You know, armadillos curl up and then just lie there. And everybody thinks that's normal. Why am I not an armadillo? And they tell old people to exercise. Here's my problem. I thought they said extra fries. Whoever said words can't hurt me has never been hit with a dictionary. Let's all take a moment to be grateful that our internal organs don't itch. Watch for my new cookbook entitled, It's Expired, Throw It Away. Yesterday, I helped an old man across the street by repeatedly honking my horn at him. I'm starting to say I'm allergic to food I don't like. It's just easier that way. I don't know about you, but I love waking up in the morning to the sound of birds arguing with their spouses. Here's something. I recently found out I was pregnant. At least that's what the sign said on the spot where I parked at the grocery store. My phone just filmed a 3-hour documentary of life inside my pocket. Instead of going to Starbucks, I write my name on a cup, pour coffee in it, yell my name out, and then set a $5 bill on fire.
Damn.
The only problem with the road less traveled is the poor cell phone coverage. The other day, I was only a little hungry. You know, I could only eat a pony. Liz is an Air Force vet, so she knows that going above and beyond is always a good idea, unless you're trying to land an airplane. If you ask for change at the dollar store, they just give you a different dollar. If you laid an adult male blue whale on a football field with its nose on one goal line, you'd have to postpone that game. In nursing homes, the code word for toilet is mustard, specifically gray poupon. The other day, I did not, my name is David. I did not name my son David. I wish I'd named him Harley so he could introduce himself as Harley, David's son. The other day, my son said he was proud of me because he heard I started to listen to rap music. And I said, no, you misunderstood. What I said was the last time I fell, I heard my hip hop. My cousin's band has trouble getting gigs. I blame the name they've chosen for the band, which is Closed for Repairs. It It's particularly difficult when they perform with their favorite band, Plumbing Problems. Because then on the marquee it reads, tonight only, closed for repairs with plumbing problems. I got an Apple Watch. First day I had it, I wore it to bed at 7 o'clock the next morning. It buzzed and said, get up. I said, what? No. Apparently it monitors my breathing and my heart rate. So I've nicknamed it Santa Claus because it knows when I'm sleeping. It knows when I'm awake. But if it ever figures out if I've been bad or good, I'm gonna throw it in the lake. Oh, my cousin is starting a small piano store. Very exciting. Next week is the baby grand opening. Oh. What exactly is wild bird seed? Is that wild seed for wild birds? If it is, it should be called wild bird seed. Or the tame seed for wild birds, in which case it should be called tame wild bird seed. I know it's not tame seed for tame birds because that's called parakeet seed. You know who you never see together in public? Papa John and his son Jimmy. What exactly is a cold-blooded killer? Someone who murders reptiles?
Mhm.
Every morning, 2 cute little ducks come visit me on my patio, and I've started giving them bread. My friend Don said, don't do that. If they eat too much bread, they'll get sick and die. I said, I know. I hate ducks. If I only had one word to describe myself, it would be not very good at following directions. My 2 favorite kinds of music are love songs and songs that welcome me to the jungle. The other day, I ate an entire can of Pringles. Very disappointing. There were only 3 of them, and they were all tennis ball flavored. Shout out to my 4 favorite bags: punching, grab, barf, and Papa's got a brand new. Ain't no drag. My action figure is just me lying on a couch watching Netflix. But you have to buy the TV separately. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I have no idea how many times I say things. Let me close with my $1 million idea, a smoke alarm that turns itself off when you yell, I'm just cooking. Thank you all. Have fun. This has been great. Thank you.
The gentleman, David G. Scott. Where can we find you? Where can we find you electronically, and where will you be next?
Thank you for bringing that up. My David G. Scott Clean Comedy is my website, davidgscottcleancomedy.com, because my name is David G. Scott and I do clean comedy. The next couple weeks, well, next week I'll be on vacation, so I'm not going to be anywhere you can see me. But I do lots of Zoom songs with Linda and you, Liz. So I really look forward to doing those. Those are lots of fun. And my next in-person gig, I'm not sure, I'll have to check, but it'll be in the Kansas City area. I perform at nursing homes and retirement centers. And they're a lot of fun. They're very good. Anyway,
Kansas City, Kansas.
No, Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City. Thank you for pointing that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for David G. Scott. Coming to the stage. He's an Army veteran and a Marine Corps contractor. Put your hands together for Andy Tillinghast.
I want to thank you, Liz. First of all, both Liz and Linda. this is amazing. The population this is going out to, for you guys performing tonight. Also, thank you for anybody, any military out there listening. I reached out to my unit today. I was in the Army on 9/11. I was flying in the air during that time frame. Everybody at every point in history has had so much, offered so much sacrifice. So it's an honor to be here. I am an old Army guy. Navy people far more thought out, far more smarter than me. I'm eating like an old Army guy. I live by myself right now. If there is a dumb way to die out there, I'll find it. Apparently you're not supposed to have 1,800 milligrams of calcium a day. Apparently that can cause chest pains. Apparently a diet of just soup and ramen over a period of time can cause salt poisoning. Apparently you're not supposed to put lighter fluid on the grill when there's already meat on top of it.
Yeah.
If there's a dumb way to die, I'll find that. I pointed out I was Army. No one in the Navy, no one in the Air Force would have been stupid enough to do this. And every Marine Corps person I ever worked for would have killed me for it for the rest of my life. This is a dumb single Army guy thing to do. Our theme is dumb, right? Dolly Parton just published a new book. It's not a pop-up book. So no, Dolly Parton is really in for literature. She's really into literacy, right? In contrast, her goddaughter, Miley Cyrus, somebody that none of us really honestly knows if she knows how to read or not. That's why I thought the book was for. And you guys thought it was about boobs. Nobody here thought it was about boobs. I like boobs, but nobody thought it was about boobs. But that's what it was written for. So I got to work on that. The My Pillow guy, he's been in the news right now for who knows why, right? The My Pillow guy is a crackhead, right? Crackheads have been around for 40 years saying crazy things. I know, I'm from Tacoma. Tacoma was kind of a crack center. Our hockey team just named the Crack Inn. Name the Crack Inn so we don't have to be fans. We can be crackheads and then go to the crack den to go watch them play, right? I'm from Tacoma. I know my crack. The My Pillow guy knows his crack. He also knows pillows, and he might have something here. Do you know a phrase you've never heard before? Wow, look at that relaxed crackhead. Never been said before. Right? If he has a pillow that can actually help him get some rest, heck, that needs to be your pillow. That needs to be my pillow. That needs to be all of our pillows. That could be everybody's pillow for $29.95. Just not at QVC though. The toilet paper. Why do people think bears are so soft? Have you ever gotten close enough to pet a bear? I'd be scared to death, right? You know who should sell us toilet paper? Mr. Clean should sell us toilet paper. That's a bald guy, looks like he's got a bowel disorder, right? Looks like he knows a thing or two about toilet paper. Jennifer Lopez, she should be selling us toilet paper. Somebody familiar for that backside should be selling us toilet paper. Heck, the Kardashians should be selling us toilet paper. They sell us so much other crap, they might as well sell us something to clean it up with. The last thing I'll say, whoever's, I don't really get into politics too much. There are people still overseas. I hope we get everybody home safely. The one thing I've been doing, I'm an anxious guy, and I've been taking advantage of the Taliban being on Twitter. Reason being, there now you can tell your priest something, you can tell your lawyer something. They won't tell anybody. I've been telling the Taliban. Now, if I've got something that's bugging me at 3 in, I DM the Taliban. And I'm not selfish, okay? I send them everything. I send them the OnlyFans stuff because you can only have that content for 1 more month. I send it over to the Taliban. I send them the little pictures with the kitten that's trying to hold them on. I don't know that they don't hit Mondays. I send that to the Taliban. I'm saying everybody should send everything they can at all times, DM it to the Taliban. Let's either force negotiations or get them the heck off Twitter. Thank you guys. It's been an honor. That's my time.
Keep it going for Andy Tilling. So Andy, where can we find you electronically and where's your next show?
Next week, I'm doing a podcast for the end of the world. I have no idea what that's about, but that should be fun. I do a lot of live mics over here. I think the next one I'm doing is over at Bob's Java Chat.
Sweet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Andy Tillinghast. Coming to the stage, we have a special treat for everyone. Our honorary first inductee into the Bob Hope slot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you who are familiar with USO tours, Bob Hope, the man, the myth, the legend. He was born in Great Britain, came to the United States. He has been in the war zone from World War II all the way up through the first Gulf War. He is an honorary veteran. The Bob Hope slot is named for our civilian comic who's chosen to come in and do comedy because they love our veterans. So, ladies and gentlemen, dedicating his performance to Sammy Davis Jr., a fellow USO tour person, put your hands together for DC.
Yay.
Hey, what's happening? I'm so honored to be part of this fabulous group for such an amazing cause with the vets and to take on the Bob Hope spot. Yes, I'm a foreigner, right? Much like Bob Hope, and embraced by America from a young age. Now, in all honesty, I'm not a veteran. I mean, the only war I've been in is with my daughter, who's been tough on trying to eat her peas at dinner time. That's the only war I'm constantly in with my family. So, but no, it's my name DC, and I have to clarify because people always ask me, "Yo, DC? Does that mean you're born in DC? You're from DC?" No, that's just a designation. In fact, you can't really assume that a person's name is where they come from or where they were born. In fact, if you come to my house, I might as well tell you that. Well, welcome to my home. This is my wife, Chicago, and this is my kid. This is my child, Toronto, and my other daughter is driving. Yeah, so it's you can't even really attach the names to where you come from. But no, I am Canadian. I'm very proud to be Canadian. I'm so proud. First of all, I'm Canadian, but I reside in Chicago. So this is the best disguise that I have. Anyone can ask for to live in Chicago with, like this disguise, like folks. I mean, I got this disguise off of Amazon Canada. It's called the Incognito Kit. Works great until I get pulled over. It's like, wow, this works too well. All right, should have read the small print. No, I'm so Canadian. I bleed maple syrup, folks. That's how proud I am to be Canadian. I bleed maple syrup. And my friends say, "Yo, DC, that's patriotic." My doctor's like, "Dude, that's diabetes. You want to get that checked out. That's not good." No, but because I've been living in Chicago for such some time, people say, "Yo, man, DC, you're from Canada. How can you relate to the inner city issues? How can you relate to the gun problem? How can you relate to the poverty? How can you relate to the issues that we deal with as Black Canadians or we deal with in Chicago?" I'm like, listen, Toronto is not much different from Chicago. Not much different at all. Very similar. In fact, we have gun violence, we have poverty, we even have drive-bys. They just look different because we're Canadian. We're polite about it. Kind of like, "Hey, what's up, eh? Break yourself, eh? Pop, 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 pop. Sorry." And we drive off. And then we apologize. We call 911 for you. And the police show up to ask you, "Who shot you?" "I think it was Drake who shot me." All right. And then they toss you into the ambulance. You go into the hospital and they fix you up, you patch you up. And then you get thrown out into the street, and then the cycle repeats itself again and again. Why? Because that's how universal healthcare works. Go Canada. So the relationship between Canada and the US, I mean, United States, you guys protect the world. You guys actually protect us. So we kind of see you as a big brother all the time. But we also get pulled into the wars. I think we get pulled into the wars the same way that, because when it comes to like world conflict, the UN, the rest of the world depends on the United States. But then we get pulled in by you guys because reluctantly, the same way that a mother tells a big brother, "Listen, you got to go to war." "Oh, do I have to go to war?" "Yes, you have to go to war. And take Canada with you." "Ah, don't take Canada." Damn it. Damn it. All right, Canada, go grab the beers. I think Canada would be much more appreciated if the war was taken to Siberia with nothing but ice. You'd be like, "Damn it, we need those Canadians now. Somebody get some hockey sticks. They know how to skate." Right. All we need is beer, hockey sticks, a good toque. Yeah, we got you back. We got you back. So now it's amazing. I'm a parent. I've been homeschooling over the last year because of COVID. I'm a homeschool dad. I'll be straight up. I have no idea what I'm doing with my two daughters homeschooling. Like I'm not just sure if I'm effective or not. I won't find out in the next couple of years when either walking across the stage or working a stage, if you know what I mean, right? I don't know. I don't know. In fact, my 8-year-old daughter who I'm teaching, she's a snitch. I said it, she's a snitch. No, and I'll say this because the other day she comes up to me and says, listen, Daddy, I want you to teach me how to text and type accurately and spell accurately. I'm like, why? Oh, so I can tell Mom how much it sucks being your student. 8 years old, 8 years old. So you think me, being the parent, being responsible, you think I take the high road? Mm-mm. Nope. I'm petty. I take the low road. So I'm like, all right, baby girl, you got a surprise test today. You got a spelling test. Can you spell tattletale? Tattletale. All right. Here's the next test. Okay, rhyme this word. Snitches get what? Snitches get what? What rhymes with snitch? I don't care. Yes, folks, I don't care. I don't care, folks. I know she's 8. I know she's 8, but I'll hold her back a grade or 2. Right. Yes. Yes, I will. I'm petty like that. Yeah. But the girls are smart. My daughters are really smart. And I used to swear a lot. Until they got me a swear jar. And then I put in so much money, they bought stocks in Tesla. I was like, wow, I got to pull back. Then they caught on. I caught on because my wallet started getting fat again. Stopped swearing, clean up. The swear jar got empty. And then the girls, they kind of caught on. They started panicking. They're like, oh my goodness, we killed a cash cow. We can't have this. So they're coming back to me saying, listen, Daddy, we have to add the following words to the swear list. We have to add snap, dagnabbit, cheese and rice, right? Fudge, because you know what you're trying to do when you say those words. We know what you mean. I'm like, no, we're not going to add those words to your swear list because I'll be out $1,300. No, I'm not going to be in arrears $1,300. So now they take upon themselves to try and trip me up, right? So now they're trying to find ways to get me aggravated to the point they want me to cuss. So my youngest is doing weird things like, losing my car keys on purpose and placing Legos beside my bed. So I step up in the morning and I yell expletive, or walking in on me and my wife when we're having sex. Really weird things for me to swear. And my oldest, she's smart. She's trying to get more strategic. Like she's saying really crazy stuff like, hey, Daddy, Kobe Bryant, he was horrible, wasn't he? Like, or Dad, can I have this MAGA hat for my birthday? Or Dad, here's a picture of the tramp stop I'm saving up for. This is a picture. Yeah, when I'm 17. I'm like, dang nabbit. I'm just gonna put $20 in a swear jar and just go to town. I'm just gonna say, So now I years ago, before COVID, I was invited to a bachelor party at a strip club. And I reluctantly said yes. Because I have a hard time taking my professional hat off. Because during the day, I'm a chiropractor. That's my day job. I love what I do. So when we went to the strip club and everybody else was in the front row, all my friends, they're acting crazy. They're wilding out in front of the stage, throwing stacks of the dance, going, come on, shake that butt, make it rain, make it clap, make it clap. Acting crazy, right? I'm in the front row, looking at the dancer going, is that scoliosis? That's scoliosis. So now I want to take upon myself trying to help her, right? I'm taking my $50 bill going, hey, Cinnamon, over here. Come here. Right. Cinnamon, take a knee. First of all, Cinnamon, great set. You remember that maneuver you did when you're on the pole? You're suspended off the ground in a horizontal position. Your tits up, you're totally naked. And you're holding the pole with some kind of crazy suction between your legs, and everybody clapped. You remember that? Yeah. Your nose, your pelvis was off. That means your right core is weak, Cinnamon. You want to get that checked out. You might get a back injury from that. I'm just saying. And Cinnamon's like, oh, that's so sweet, Dr. Daddy. That's so kind of you. How about a lap dance? Cinnamon, no, because your hips are really off. And my hips are balanced, Cinnamon. I don't want to pay for a bumpy ride. I don't want you mucking up my perfect alignment. In fact, Cinnamon, you need me more than I need you. Here's my card. Folks, I helped 10 other dancers that night. I changed the champagne room into a consultation room. When everybody else was spending $500 in strippers that night, making it rain, I earned $2,000 in consultation fees. I'm just saying I made it work. Yeah, you know the stripper myth. I'm just saving money to pay for college and tuition. That night, they paid my daughters in tuition. So, I mean, it's all more. You market your way, I market mine. I'm just saying, I'm gonna make it work for me. Just to wrap up with this, though, one of the most racist things I've ever heard somebody say was, DC, please act black, please. You know how ignorant that is? Because they're assuming that we're all one monotrope, we're on a monolith. No, the different types of blackness, there's different levels of black identity. And folks, we all have a dial. We either turn it up or down, depending on who we're with, who we have to talk to. And folks, because I'm a chiropractor, because I'm a physician, I have to turn mine down all the time. And you expect that. Because if you come to with a health problem, you come to with your x-rays, here's what you're expecting. All right. Okay, your x-rays. Well, you have cervical degeneration, you have thoracic scoliosis, and you have an old injury at L4, L5 that looks like it might be surgical, but let's get an MRI to be sure. That's what we're expecting if I have my blackness dial turned down. If I forget to turn it down, and they come in, I leave it on its default setting. Let me take your x-rays. Oh, damn. Oh. Yo, how the hell are you still standing? Bro, you need an MRI. Like, you don't want that happening. Yo, that's my time. My name is DC.
Yay.
And you can catch me online on Instagram at DC Comedy, D_comedy, or on my page, dccomedy.com. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Linda. And thank you to all those who served for both of our nations.
Oh, man.
Okay, keep it going for DC. Where is your next show, sir?
Next show is in Chicagoland at the Comedy Shrine and also at the Laugh Factory downtown.
Yay.
Woo! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for DC, our Bob Hope sons tonight. Welcome to the stage, our headliner for today. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Chris Crawford.
Hey.
Hey guys, how's it going? Now, I think I'm going to start off this because this should be super ineffective on Zoom, but why not? Let's do a 10-second moment of silence. Today's a real day in America, and it's kind of that thing is going to haunt our existence all day long. So go ahead, let's give a 10-second silence. Now that's a really long amount of silence. In case you don't know, when you don't laugh at me on Zoom, that's all I hear. No, I am a veteran, and today it's very much a reminder. We are reminded all day long that we're veterans, and but I'm a very special type of veteran. I'm the type of veteran that believes the word veteran should never be abbreviated to the word vet. You see, vet can mean so many things. It can mean prior service member. It can mean animal doctor. It can mean Corps vet. It can even mean a person who has a lot of experience in their profession. Now, my father-in-law, he was in the service. So was his dog. So in theory, I, as a vet, could help a vet, take his vet to the vet, and a vet, like a vet. You're asking how did I get on this show? I see you in Seattle. I was vetted. No, I'm a fan of word tumbling. I really like it a lot, and I'm going to offer you this moment because it happened to me earlier this week. I had a person tell me that he was not extroverted. Well, he's not an extrovert. All right. Well, I'm 5'11". I think I'm standard vert. He's taller than me, so he's got to be extrovert. Anybody shorter than me is subvert. So I offer them I offer them step stool. We call it advert. They get up on the advert, they can experience standard vert. But if I get up on the advert, then I can experience and also be an extrovert. What? Okay, so that was a lot of vert, a lot of vert to vert to verta. Now check this out. Is the English language, really fascinates me. We have a lot of words, but it needs a lot of help. It really does. You see, I'm a teacher and it's found in our youth, and my students all the time try and spice it up. They'll take our words and turn them into acronyms, or they'll take our word and truncate it in some way, or they'll take a word that used to mean this and make it now mean this. And I pick up on it. And I go home and I practice on my daughter. I tell her, your eyebrows are on fleek. That means they look good. No cap. That means I'm not lying. She thinks I'm OD, which means I'm overdoing it. I should change my drip, which means stop, Dad. I don't care how she feels though, because I think that she is lit. And lit is my favorite of the words. You see, I'm old enough to have seen its entire evolution. You see, when I was a kid, it was legitimate. And then it was legit. And then it was too legit to quit. Now the kids say lit. For half a second, they test drove the word litty. Nobody liked that, so they went back to lit. And I'm glad they did. You see, compared to litty, I think that lit sounds pretty damn legit. I'd even say it's too legit to quit. Sounds legitimate to me. But working here. Now, she called me a headliner. I don't have that much time tonight, but I'm going to tell you this evening, I get to perform at a winery. Now, the last time I was at that winery, they told me that I could do a trivia night. But if I was going to do that, I was going to have to learn a lot more about wine and learn how to pronounce some things. And that's tougher than you think, because there's not a single wine word that is in English. Let's try Gewürztraminer, German. All right, Sauvignon Blanc. What the hell is that? Pinot Grigio. These are not English words, guys. They're expecting a lot out of me. That's all I'm saying. But where they kept it simple was the actual product itself, wine. That is some keep it simple, stupid, right? But I think that they should be more descriptive. Check this out. I think that maybe they could call it fermented grape juice of intoxication. It's kind of wordy. Or miracle water, as in water to wine was a miracle, right? Am I thinking too much? Or maybe cheddar chaser, as in my beverage that I drink with cheese. Now, I did end up taking a wine tour. I did, and they taught me something on this tour. They taught me that an oakie is a wine that has been aged in an oak barrel. Now, a fine oakie is a wine that I would care to taste. But an okie dokie oakie is a wine that I could buy by the case. Now, it's possible that you don't know that a person from Oklahoma is also known as an okie. And I tell you that because I think it's possible that I could have okie dokie okie with an okie dokie okie, and that'd be okie dokie by me. What? Working here. Now, words are tricky though, and sometimes I try and communicate with my kid, and the last time I did this, it didn't go all that well. And I don't normally bring this up because my daughter doesn't like me to talk about her, but she recently said the most stereotyping, profiling thing she could have possibly said to me. Now, it started off innocently enough. I walked in, I was going to try and speak to her in her own language. I was all, what up, my homie? What's the haps going down on Front Street? What's the 411? Yo. Man, her eyes damn near rolled out of her skull. She sighed, looked at me and said, Dad, you're so white. White? That's stereotyping / profiling, is it not? So I responded in the only way I could. I turned my hat sideways and I proceeded to give her the best darn beatboxing demonstration she'd ever seen. It went something like this. Boom, 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 boom. Caucasian. Boom, 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 boom. I'm so white. Boom. Okay, you know what? She was right. She didn't say it in a very complimentary way. She said it to me, Dad, you're not cool, or Dad, you're not suave, or any of those other things that white people just aren't. And it hurt. Mostly because it's true. You see, no matter what you say, if you follow it with the words like a white boy or like a white man, it is never good. For instance, if you're running slowly in track, they say you run like a white boy. If you dance and looking stupid at the club, got no rhythm, they say you dance like a white boy. They try to play basketball, they look at you like you're crazy, they say mean things like, you know, white men can't jump. But you know, white people, you do have something going for you. You're genuinely interesting to watch. You see, you never know what we will do. We will jump on any trend that comes along. Take tiny houses, for example. You guys know what these things are? They're literally houses that are built on trailers, the exact definition of a trailer home. When the hell did it become trendy to live in a trailer home? Used to be just more economic option for housing, but guys are out there making it cool, driving up the cost, messing it up for the rest of us. Can you even get a policy? I think not. Crook comes up. He doesn't even bother to break in, just backs the truck up, hooks it up, drives away. The house is gone. Now, it messes with weather, and I know that sounds weird, but here in Texas, we get these tornadoes. They fly overhead. They look down. They just see a bunch of tiny houses. Not a trailer in sight, boys. Keep it rolling. Now, one tornado will always look back over its shoulder, see a little tiny wheel at the bottom of the house, feel deceived, take it personal, hook a U-turn, make a beeline right at the tiny home. Some little eco-friendly guy, he's going to hop out. He's white. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? He's going to jump into his carbon footprint reducing Prius. He's going to back it up. He's going to hook it up and then proceed to lay down on the accelerator, mustering all the horsepower that a Prius can muster. That's about 12. And it sounds something like this. Yeah, that's what a Prius sounds like when it's towing a tiny house. Not to be confused with the most annoying noise in the world. Thanks to Dumb and Dumber, we know that sounds more like this. There it is, doing 20 into 50, backing up traffic. You know, there's nothing worse than a Prius driver in traffic. It's like they're always angry. It's like they have constant road rage. You guys get road rage? It's okay. You don't have to say, I know you do, because we all do. But I recently learned something about myself. I'm pretty tolerant of other drivers. What gets under my skin, what gives me road rage, are the other people in my own car. They make me say things like, don't make me come back there, or I will turn this car around. Of course, my go-to at the moment is, I'll wreck this car right now and end it all. They don't let me drive the church van anymore. Oh, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Chris Crawford. Thank you for having me.
Yay.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Chris Crawford. So where can we find you? Where are you at electronically in your next show?
You can find me at chriscrawfordscomedy.com. And also tonight, I will be at the Christoval Vineyards, and pretty excited about that. I get to go, anytime you get to do a winery, that's awesome. Wine drunk is happy drunk, not to be confused with tequila drunk or hard whiskey drunk or Jack Daniels drunk, or Boone's. Actually, Boone's Farm is wine, and that's actually pretty happy drunk too. Thank you for that comment in the text, by the way. But no, I'm going to be at the Christoval Vineyards tonight, and it's going to be a good time. Christoval, Texas. Yeah, that's all I got. Christoval, Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Crawford.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Now welcome back to the stage, our host, Linda Marcus Smith.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this has been so fabulous. The two of us are having so much fun hosting for you all to be spotlighted. Yeah, I'm not always jolly on the spot with that, but Liz catches me and helps. You guys, you brought your A game. I'm so delighted with all your comedy, and I'll get sharing this to veteran organizations and veteran-owned companies. And hopefully Carlo Bellario will put it on to Animal House Radio because he was here. So that'd be cool. I'm going to bug him to do it. Please come back. We're doing it at the same time every Saturday, every Sunday. Tomorrow, I get to co-host with Chris Crawford. He's our Sunday co-host. You guys, this was fabulous, and give it up again for all of your sets. That was great stuff, you guys. Thank you. Give it up for Liz and her dedication to coming and being a co-host.
Woo!
And of course, to our military and our veterans, and to 9/11, anybody who was devastated by that in any way, which is basically all of us, some more than others. So yes, thank you for the moment of silence, Chris. I know you meant it in your heart, seriously. We care about you, and the pain doesn't really go away, and we care about you even to this day. So with that in mind, I'll take this off of Facebook Live, and y'all are welcome to stay.
Awesome.
If I can
Andy
figure
and
out how to
DC, welcome to the party.
Thanks,
Guys,
Chris.
so much fun.
Man, it's fun, all you guys here. I just enjoyed